Welcome to another Tech Tuesday. We did not have one last week because a lot of people were out due to the whole Easter thing. I hope you guys had fun with that. Did some cool stuff with family members if you do celebrate. But now we're back, and the grind doesn't stop. We're always working as real estate agents, and we got to keep educating ourselves to stay ahead of the game. So we do have some new people. Welcome to the Tech Tuesdays. We talk about anything tech related that can help you in your business, whether that's, CRM, social media, sometimes branding, or just random pieces of software that, I come across and run our businesses as efficiently as possible using all of these tech tools. Because let's face it, if we're not in some way, shape or form involved in the whole tech movement, everyone, you might get left behind. So you got to jump on the train and you got to move with the times. So there's no better place than the Tech Tuesdays to come find some of those new things that could help you take your business to the next level. So welcome. And my name is Kane. I'm Coach Kane, and I'll be your host tonight. Feel free to interrupt me at any time. Raise your hand if you have any questions. It's an open conversation. So if you have any shares, comments, questions, concerns, just type a little message in the chat. I'll be reading that periodically, or you can unmute yourself or raise your hand. Okay. All right. So I was supposed to talk about the brand new feature that the Inside Real Estate, I think that's what they call themselves, the KVCORE team released, called the Design Center. But to my surprise, I logged on about 15-20 minutes ago just to get prepared for the meeting, just to find out that they removed that feature. So that was fun to see. So I'm not sure if all of you guys are signed up to the email notifications I send out with the topics we talk about, but it did say that that is what we were supposed to be talking about today. However, they did remove it. I don't know if it's just something on my end, or I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that that was a new feature on KVCORE, if you do use it a lot, but they did remove it, at least in our market, or maybe it's just me. Okay. So we're going to be talking about sprucing up our KVCORE website a little bit, which is also just as valuable, because when you have people look at listings, click on landing pages, squeeze pages, all of those key terms, anything you do on KVCORE is related to your website in some, form, way, shape, or another. So making sure that your website, looks how you want it to look, looks, appealing, makes people want to click on things and, look at properties, is a very good idea. Okay. Because any link you post on social media, any smart campaigns, any email marketing, you put out there, you want to have links that take people back to, your CRM, or if you have a personal website as well, you can link people there. But nonetheless, just having that online presence where people can, come back to see everything you have to offer is key nowadays, So we'll be talking about setting up our KVCORE website. And of course, I invite you to ask any questions about that if you do have any as we move along with the tutorial. Okay. So all of these meetings are recorded, by the way. I like to say that at the beginning of all of these Tech Tuesdays. We try to record the contracts meetings also, and the Wednesday meetings with Renee. Sometimes we forget to push the record button, but we try our best. So for the Tech Tuesdays, there is a YouTube channel where I upload all of the tech tutorials we do, and also have other videos on there that help, in other that fall in other categories, shorter videos where I edit them really well, short and sweet to the point. That way you don't have to sit through a whole hour Tech Tuesday video, because that's a whole movie. Not everyone might have time or the desire to sit through all that. So I make shorter well edited, straight to the point videos that I post on the YouTube channel as well. I am about to put the link to that in the chat right now for any of you guys who would like to log on there and get some knowledge at 2 or 3 in the morning if you can't sleep. So that's in the chat. Let's see if we have more people joining us right now. All right, welcome Donovan, welcome iPhone. I think
Hello,
that
good
might be. Hi, welcome guys. All right, so link to that is in the chat. And for those of you guys who are new and want to receive the email notifications as far as what we're talking about, if there's any live events at the office or, you know, just generic topics of what you can expect to see in the trainings, the link to that is also now in the chat. So you can click on that and opt into that if you would like, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with, you know, let's talk about our KVCORE website and how we can get started making it look like something we would, you know, like it to look like. So when you log on to KVCORE, hopefully most of us, if not all of us, have gotten a chance to log on to KVCORE. When you log into it, this is what you'll see. Okay, you'll be greeted with your dashboard. It will show you the screen you're looking at right now. And as I can see, oh, some of you guys are going on the website. Awesome. So when you log on to KVCORE, this is what you'll see. You'll be able to see, you know, everything that's going on, what, you know, who's going on your website, who's viewing what property, who clicked on an email, who responded to you. So the dashboard will basically show you kind of like a newspaper of what your leads have been up to. Okay, so this is what the dashboard looks like. In order to get to your website settings, if we look on the left-hand side right here, where it says eXp Realty, there is a section that says Web and IDX, okay? If you don't see this section right here, like it's on my screen, a lot of the times it's because it's collapsed like so, okay? I've had a few people tell me they don't see that. So you might just have to click on the 3 bars at the top left right here, and that'll expand the menu and then reveal, you know, the options with the whole thing written. So you want to click on Web and IDX to get to your website settings. Okay, so once you click on that, you don't have to go in the drop down here. You could just click right on there and it will take you right here. So this section right here is where you can manage everything that has to do with your website, whether that's widgets, things you want to embed onto the website. That's a little more technical. You can also post blog articles on your KVCORE website. You can edit the site content. And right now we're on the website manager tab. Okay, so this is what I'm you know, referring to right here, these little bubbles: widgets, embeds, blogs, site content, and website manager. So the photo you see down here is the same photo you uploaded when you were setting up your KVCORE profile, if you did that. Okay, so before I move forward, let me show you how to edit this photo right here, because this is what will populate on your homepage on your website. And just a side note, a lot of people don't know the exact link to their website. It should be your first name and last name .exprealty.com. Okay. And to get to your website through KVCORE, once you're logged in, you can click on your name at the top right, like so, right here on my screen. So you can click on your, it should show your first name at the top right, like so. So once you click on that, to get to your website, it's going to be the third button. I believe it's going to be the same for everyone, but it'll have a little globe icon next to it. And then that's going to be your website, at least your KVCORE website. So if you click on that, it'll open up a new tab and it'll show you your KVCORE website. Okay, you won't have a video in the background like I do, but I'll show you how to make that happen. You can do a lot of cool stuff by tweaking how your website looks. But that's how you get to your website. Okay, so that's way number one. Way number two is just typing your first name, last name, .exprealty.com. Okay. Let me see here. My volume's a little low. I hope you guys can hear me properly. Let me see here. Something's going on. All right. Can you guys put a thumbs up in the chat or something if you can hear me properly? I can't hear anything. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So yes, now we're back into KVCORE and I am in the web and IDX section right here. Okay, again, the way to get to this is to, click on the 3 bars at the top left if you don't see this menu, and then you'll find web and IDX, and then it will take you to the screen we're all looking at right now. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the menu at the top right here. Okay, it'll say website settings. So I'm going to click on that, manage my website settings. It'll be in blue right here. Okay, let me see here. All right, let's go and change this to meeting. Perfect. So we're going to click on manage my website settings. Once I click on that, it will open up another window through which I can further customize what my KVCORE website looks like. So the KVCORE team actually came out with a bunch of new design templates for your website that you can choose from. It used to only be the hero template and I think one other one, but now you get the champion template, you get the warrior one, you get the victor one, you get all this to choose from. If you want to see what they look like before you actually apply them, there's a little view button right below each of them, each of the thumbnails. So if I click view on this one, it'll show you kind of what your website's going to look like. Okay, and I'm going to close this. If maybe you want to go with the champion version. So if I click view right under that, this is going to give you, a website that looks kind of like this. I think that looks really cool, actually. So you can kind of play around with those. And no matter which one you choose here, you can further customize it. So this is just kind of a broad template to work from. And if you want, you can even leave it like this, honestly. Here's another one. This one is called Warrior. And you can click on it and then kind of see what that looks like. That's not bad either. But by the default, I think everyone should have the hero template. You know which one it is because it'll have a green check next to it. Okay. So just to show you one more time, this is what the hero looks like. I just changed my background to be a video and I don't have any widgets. We're going to get to that very, very soon here. Do we have any questions so far before I keep moving forward? I want to make sure we're all on the same page. Remember, you can leave anything in the chat, raise your hand. All questions, welcome everyone. Awesome. Thank you, Louis. Awesome. So let's say I wanted to do the champion instead of the hero, because I think the champion looks awesome. So I'll click on champion and then notice that the green check will now be on the champion template. And everything you do on KVCORE, there's going to be a save button somewhere, 95% of the time. So make sure to click on that save button every time you make a change. So that way it actually reflects on your KVCORE CRM, or maybe it's something with the website. So I'm going to click save right here. And it's going to tell me, hey, am I sure I want to do this? It'll remove everything I have on there and put all, everything that comes with this new template. So I'm going to put yes. It will reset that. And then it's going to refresh the page. And you'll notice now that it's asking me to add, up to 9 different areas, because if you remember, the template I chose had 9 little boxes for featured areas I want to display on my website. Okay, so that's all this is. So you can just click on add a new area. I can click on the little plus right here, and then I can choose what the name for that area would be, where actually that area is, and what type of listings do I want to show when people click on that, and a whole bunch of other criteria I can manually set. Okay. Janae, can you go over the last? Sure. Oh, did I have a question? I think I heard someone. I think we're good. Okay, I'm gonna go back just a little bit here. I think maybe I went a little too fast. So I'm gonna close this. We're gonna go back to web and IDX right here. It's going to show us this page. And then to get to the page where I chose what template I wanted my website to look like, I went to manage my website settings, okay? It's gonna be right here at the top right, if you can see my mouse. So once I click on manage my website settings, it'll take me right here, okay? And it's going to be the very first thing you see. It'll say general, and then it'll say template, and here is where you can choose what template you would like. And remember, if you click the view button right under, it'll show you, an overview of that template. Okay, so you can scroll up and down and see what it would look like on your website. Okay. Of course, you're welcome. Do we have any questions? Anyone missed a step there on how I got to where I got to? Awesome. So we chose a champion. So remember, when you click on the one you would like, it'll have a green check on it. And then you can click save once you are sure that's the one you want. It'll ask you if you're sure about that. You can click yes if you are. And then it will take you to another page and ask you to choose the 9 areas that you want to feature on your website. Now, it doesn't have to be 9 areas. You can just put 1 in here. But for it to look aesthetically pleasing, you want to maybe fill out all the boxes and have as many different sections on the website as possible, so that when visitors go on there, they might see a city that they're familiar with and want to see what's, for sale in that city, or what kind of listings are available in that city. Okay.
And why are you staring at me?
I'm sorry? Do we have a question?
I was doing back squats and you were staring at me. Why?
I think she's talking. I think she's talking to her child.
Okay. All right. Maybe she forgot to mute herself there. Okay. Perfect. Anyone else has maybe any input? Any
Actually,
question?
yeah, actually, I do have a question. What are the areas that you choose to showcase on your website?
So for this tutorial, actually, I just kind of removed everything that was on there. So I don't have any. However, it's going to vary, per person. Some people want to, focus on a specific area, or maybe if you do farming a lot, you might want to feature all your farms on there, so that when people go there, they can see that, hey, she kind of focuses on those areas, or he focuses on certain areas. Or if you just want to be around the South Bay, maybe you can only choose South Bay areas. But honestly, anything you put on here is mostly to attract people and make them click on specific cities that might be appealing to them. So maybe you want to put, for instance, okay, this is just my preference. I would maybe put cities on there that are super popular, that people might just want to browse through and not necessarily want to buy, so that
I
way.
also, sorry to interrupt you, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The thing is, my question was, when I think of an area, I don't think of a city. I think of maybe Orange County. Like for LA, I think of the South Bay, the Valley. Does this have the option to do actual areas and not cities?
Yes, that is a very good question. And yes, you can do that. If you notice, I just clicked on add an area. I kind of wanted to go back and do it again. But once you click add an area, so whatever you want to display as the name for that area, if it's something custom, like you're saying, you could just say, South Bay maybe. And then what you could do is, instead of typing in a city, county, or zip code, you can click the draw on map feature.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So when you do that, you can just kind of do a polygon around the specific area. I don't know why we're in San Francisco right now, but yeah, we can find LA County down here, and then you can click on the draw area button, and then yeah, just go ahead and select, you know, the area you would like. This is just an example.
Okay.
And then click apply, and there you go. Now that's selected already,
Got it.
and you would just kind of, you know, further filter if you only want to show specific kinds of listings. Maybe you want to show mobile homes only. Maybe you want to show everything, then you would not do anything on here. Or maybe you only want to show single family, so you could click single family only, or, you know, add on to that single families and commercials only, you know.
For the style,
Yes.
can we do like pool homes?
Yes, so it's gonna have a ton of different options
Oh,
here.
okay.
I don't know if
I see that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you might see pool homes on here, but it gives you a bunch of options. Okay, so I'm just gonna choose a bungalow contemporary. I'm not sure if there's any much that's gonna pop up with that. So something you want to pay attention to is, as you're putting in these criterias, the more strict you are with your criterias, just like on the CRMLS, the less results you will get. So I encourage you guys to put something relatively broad in here. That way, when people click on it, they see a lot of different things, you know? Because if I was to do single family and, you know, have the contemporary bungalow and just Cape pods, I might not get enough results, if any. Okay, so maybe X out some of these, maybe only show single families. I tend to do single family, condos, and condo, and townhouses. There we go. So this is what I tend to do, and I leave everything pretty much open, so they get to see all of these more popular types of listings. Okay. So once you have all of that in there, you also want to have ideally a photo for the thumbnail for that box. Okay, so you can go ahead and click on upload image right here. And these are images I've already uploaded into a KVCORE. However, if you have a folder on your computer, you can get images from, you know, Google, or maybe if you have Canva, you can download stock images from Canva and click the upload file button here to get those images into KVCORE, and just select whichever one you want to add for that area. Okay, so I'm going to choose maybe this one, for example. It'll have a green check next to it, and I'll click insert file. And there you go. Now that image will pop up under the South Bay box and on my website. So I'll click save. And there goes my first area. So ideally you want to do this 9 times, but again, you don't have to do all 9 boxes. It just looks better with all 9 filled out, but you could do maybe 3 or maybe 6. It's totally up to you. But I'll just leave it at 1 for this example, and I'll click save. And there we go. So now we have that on there. Okay, before I get to what we're seeing on the screen right now, is there any questions on what we just did right now?
I have, sorry to
Yeah,
have,
please.
I I finally have gazillion questions for a Zoom. The one that you had, the one that you chose was not for this particular one, but the one that you had previously with your video. Was that the hero one?
Oh, the one I had before the video was hero. Yes.
Okay, so that's the one you chose, because I'm noticing I'm logged into KVCORE in a different window,
Yes.
and I see that the hero one it has many different options, not just areas. It says, what's my home worth, just listed, open houses, join our team. It has way more options to click on than just areas.
Yeah, so you have a bunch of different widgets you can add on to all of those templates. So I kind of just gutted mine. I removed everything. That's why you don't see all of those on mine. However, you can add all of those different widgets to all the different templates.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And so right now we're actually on the widgets page where you can manually add those in. Okay, but before I go ahead and do that, I want to refresh my website. So far, it's still on the hero template. And if you see, there's nothing else here because I removed everything manually just to kind of start from scratch with you guys. So if I refresh this, we should no longer see this orange bar here because it's part of the hero template, which we don't have anymore. So I'll just refresh. And it should look a little bit different now. There we go. It still has my background video, and I'll show you guys how I did that. And here is, the one featured area we put on there. And it automatically comes with certain widgets by default by enabling this template. So it has the, start searching template. It has the stay on top of your local market report. Your local real estate market widget. And, the what's my home worth one, instant listing alerts, a bunch of cool stuff here that people can click on and potentially get in touch with you. And the questions one. Okay, so this is what the champion template looks like. So I'm going to go back to the KVCORE tab. So I'll show you how to get here without having to go through, the settings tab. So when you log on to KVCORE once again, so we're back at the beginning now, in order to change all the different widgets that pop up on your website, we're going to go to the navigation bar right here on the left-hand side. We'll go to Web and IDX. We're going to click on that, just like we did before. And then this time, instead of clicking on Manage My Website Settings, we're going to go straight to Widgets. Okay, it's going to be one of the bubbles here, the last one. So I'm going to click on that. And then it takes me to this screen we were on. Okay, so here is where you can see all of the different widgets that are on your website. Okay, so up top, we have the featured area widget. So if I go to my website, that should be the first thing we see. Okay, so this is all in order. The featured widget area, the market report is second. If I scroll down, see it tells me about the local real estate market and, such and such. Oh, I think, Frank might have joined us here. Welcome. All right, so here is where you can see all of the different widgets on your website. So maybe you don't want to show certain things on there and you want to maybe even add extra ones. So let's say I did not want to have the featured area widget on my website anymore, which is what we just did up here. Okay, I don't want to show this anymore on my website. So I can go back to KVCORE and click the little X next to that. And then it'll ask me if I'm sure. I can put yes. And then it'll remove that widget altogether. So if I go back to my website and I refresh the page, this section should now be gone, just like so. Okay. And maybe we want to add another widget. Now, if you notice on the left-hand side right here, there's plenty of different widgets with the add button next to them. Okay, so this is where you can choose what individual widgets you want to add on to the template we just now chose. So here's that featured area we just removed. I can add it back. And before you even click the add button, there's a little button next to the add that looks like a little eye. If I click on the eye, it'll show me what that widget is supposed to look like. Okay, so we've already seen this one. Let's say I wanted to have the meet the team widget on my website, and I want to know what that looks like. Okay, this would be for people who are obviously in a team, but if I click on that, it will show me what that widget is supposed to look like. So it'll show all your team members on that widget, which is pretty cool. And there's plenty of different widgets to choose from. They recently added a bunch of new ones too. So if you're just now getting started with KVCORE, you have even more options now. If you're into blogging, you post a lot of blog articles and you would like to display those on your website, there's also a blog post widget. If I click on the little eye, that's what that widget's going to look like. Latest news and resources. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a few on here actually. Maybe I want to have luxury listings. I want to add this widget to my website and it's supposed to look like this. I really like this style. So I'm going to click the add, just like so. And now it will move it over to the right-hand side and it'll have it all the way up top. So let's say I want to add another one here. Maybe another home worth widget. Okay, this says home worth right here. So I'm going to click the little eye. That's what that one's supposed to look like. Maybe I want to add that to my website. I'll click add. It'll ask me if I'm sure. Oh, I already have it on my website. Okay, I'll put no. Let's choose another one here. Market report luxury. This one does not have a preview. Interesting, but we'll add it anyway and we'll find out what that looks like. I'll put yes. Oh, actually, I already have that. I guess I have all the widgets already. Let's see. Just listed. That could be an interesting one. Okay. Let's go ahead and add the just listed widget. Perfect. So I've just added 2 extra widgets on my website, the luxury listing one and the just listed one. So if I go back to my website here and I click refresh my browser, now check this out. It has discover luxury listings and people can click learn more here to learn more about those luxury listings. And if we scroll down, here's that just listed widget we added on also. Okay. I don't like the look of this too much because it's a half widget, it looks like. So remember to remove anything, you go back to KVCORE and click the little X next to whatever widget that is, and then click yes. And that takes care of that. Okay. So everything is arrangeable in the order you would like. So maybe I don't want to show luxury listings all the way at the top. I can click on any widget and kind of drag it around and put it in the, wherever it is I want it to be on my website. So maybe I want to have it all the way down right before the contact us widget. Okay, so I can drag it as such, and then I'm going to click edit on there. So this is something you do have to do every time. Whenever you move things around on KVCORE, you want to hit the save button. Okay. I wish it would automatically save when you drag things around, but it does not. So you would just click edit on any of them and click save, and it'll save those changes. So now if I go back to KVCORE, on my website, and I click the refresh button, now notice it's no longer at the top. So if I keep scrolling, it should be right here, right before the contact button. Okay, which actually looks really nice. I love the contrast between the two. So yeah, that is how you add widgets to your website and keep adding only what you want to see on there and only what you want your leads that go on the website to see what you want them to see. Okay, do I have any questions on the widgets, how to add, remove, and organize them?
I have a question.
Yes.
Here we go again.
Please.
In regards to the financing one, I believe there's 3 of them, and I believe it's because of the different looks, right?
Yes, it's pretty much going to be
for the financing. Can we link? I guess put in a link for our preferred lender, or do we only have to pick from whatever they have available?
So you are able to link your own lenders to KVCORE. There is a form you do have to fill out and make sure that your lender also fills in his portion or her portion, so that
in order to be added.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
That has to be done first. There are ways around it. You can actually build your own widgets. You can actually build your own custom widgets and put them on your website. KVCORE charges you an arm and a leg for those. So if you do have that to offer, they can actually build custom widgets that take people wherever you want them to go. Or I have talked about customizing I'm going to go all the way up on my website, this navigation bar up here, okay, a few Tech Tuesdays ago. So you can actually create your own links up top here, and you can have one that goes directly to your lender's website if they have one, or
oh, good to know.
Or something, yeah. So
I'll search it on your YouTube.
yeah, it's on there somewhere. I'll actually
Okay.
put it in the chat right here. Let's see here. There it is, customizing your KVCORE menu. So I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So through that, you can even put your link tree. You could put your Calendly links, your
Oh,
social
okay.
media. So very, very powerful thing. Okay. Anybody else has a question on anything I did so far? Ask away, guys. Questions are free. Awesome. So yeah, this is how you go ahead and add widgets and remove widgets and reorder widgets. Okay. So let me show you how I have this, how I made my background to be a video. Okay, I'm going to go back to KVCORE. We're going to go all the way at the beginning again from scratch. I'm back on the dashboard. So this is what you see first when you open up KVCORE. So in order to change what your background image looks like, yet again, we're going to go to, we're going to open up the Web and IDX tab on KVCORE right here. Okay, again, if you don't see this menu, it's probably because it's collapsed. So you want to click on the 3 bars at the top left right here. Okay, if I click on that, we're going to go to Web and IDX once more. So this is where you're going to go every time you want to do something with your website or change something. Okay, so by clicking here, it'll take us to this page, and we're going to go back to manage my website settings again. So this is where we went to change the template of our website. Okay, so now we're currently using the warrior one. Oh, I thought we chose a champion, actually. Interesting. So yeah, you can change your templates here, go back to hero if you don't like all these newer ones, or just keep the one you have on there. So if I scroll down a little bit, you're going to notice a background images section. Okay, so if you want to display a specific image, you can also upload that down here. It'll say upload your own image. If you click on this box, you can upload your own wallpaper or your own banner that will be displayed behind your profile photo that you see right here. Okay, so if you don't want an image and you want a video instead, if you scroll down quite a bit here, let's see. It's going to say YouTube background video or something like that right here. Okay, so if you scroll down to templates, it'll say templates, extra options, and then it'll say background video YouTube ID. So the way to put a video on your website is to actually put a little code in here that's on every single YouTube video. Let me show you how to do that. So if you were to open up any video on YouTube, let's say, I'm just going to choose a random one here on my YouTube channel, but it doesn't have to be your YouTube channel. You can pull from any YouTube video and put that on your website. Okay, so it can be a property tour video. Actually, let's do that. I'm just going to type in property tour in here. I'm going to look at a random video. Let's choose this one. Breathtaking ultra luxury modern house in Dallas, Texas. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this ad. Make sure that there's no ads playing before you do this. Awesome. So once the video starts playing, you want to pause right away and you want to go to the URL, so where it has the link to the actual video. So the code you want to copy is actually everything that's after the V. So if you see V equals, actually, I'm sorry, anything after the equals. So you just want to copy that portion right here. Okay, it'll have your YouTube link, it'll have watch, the question mark, V equals, anything after that you want to copy. And we're going to go back to KVCORE. So I'm going to click on my KVCORE tab. And this code right here is what we're going to update. So I'm going to paste this in there and I'm going to click the save button. And now if I go back to my website, sometimes this takes up 5-ish minutes, maybe 10 minutes to work, but most of the time it's pretty immediate. It's always been right away for me. So I'm going to refresh this and let's see what happens. There we go. So now I have a property tour behind my, on my website. It took 30 seconds, maybe not so. So that's how you would change the background of your video to be the background of your website to be a video. Okay, so again, just go to any video on YouTube, make sure the video starts playing, and then go up to the URL tab. Everything that's after the equals, just go ahead and copy that. And that's the code you want to paste onto the background video YouTube ID section. So once you paste that in there and you click save, that should now be the background behind your video. Okay. Any questions on that? This is some things I never talked about before, actually. It's a pretty cool thing to have on there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's pretty cool. To
Awesome.
have a property tour.
So I actually might keep this. This is a pretty cool tour. Keeps people engaged, maybe, hopefully. So yeah, if you don't want to put a background video, however, you could just go ahead and delete this and then click save. And now if I refresh my website, it should go back to just showing me the default image that it was set to before, just like so. Okay. And I'm going to go back all the way at the top. And on here, there will be a background images section also where you can choose the image you want to show on the background. So you do have a few options to choose from here. You don't have to upload your own if you don't want to. Okay, so you can check as many of these as you want. And what KVCORE is going to do is cycle through them every time you refresh the page. But if you only want to show one image, you would just only check one image on there. So let me uncheck everything else. And then you can click the save button. And if I refresh this, it should now show that image that I just checked on the settings, just like so. Okay, so that is how you change the background of your, the header portion of your website. Okay. Do we have any questions on the background of your video? Maybe putting a video on the background or, you know, another image? How are we doing so far, guys? Got more people joining us, looks like. Awesome, awesome, looking good. Okay, and remember, guys, I post a ton of different videos on how to do this step by step. There's how to update the navigation bar up here so that you can put your social media links, your Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. If you have Calendly, I think I also had a Tech Tuesday where I showed you guys how to, you know, set up your link tree with a Calendly so that people can go on there and book you and have a one-on-one with you over Zoom. We talked about a lot of different things. So there's a gold mine of you know, backlog videos on the YouTube channel here. So feel free to check that out when you do get a chance. I'm going to go back to KVCORE here, and we're going to close it out with the profile section. Okay, so when you get into KVCORE, you're going to notice at the top right, again, it'll say, it'll have your first name up here. So I'm going to click on that. And then you're going to get the My Profile section. I'm going to click on that. So this is arguably, I want to say, the first thing you want to do. If this is the first time you're logging onto KVCORE, you want to go to the My Profile section and make sure all of the information on here is accurate and up to date. Okay, and anything that's missing, you also want to fill that out. So the photo you see here is what is going to be displayed on your website. Okay, in order to edit any of this stuff, you want to click on the Edit Profile button in blue. Once you click on that, it'll give you the Save button and Cancel. That lets you know you're ready to change things around. Okay, so from here, you can now click on the photo that shows here, if there's any, to upload your own, maybe an updated headshot. You can change your name, your title. You can add your MLS ID. This is what you use to log on to the CRMLS. And this is how KVCORE actually pulls, you know, listings from the MLS, because it utilizes your subscription to gain access to all that data. If we scroll down just a tiny bit, there's also a contact info section. And this is very, very important. You want to make sure it has your phone number on there. You want to make sure it has your email and that it's accurate. You want to make sure if you have a personal website, you can put that in on here also, so that that's on file with KVCORE. And if you have your own lender, after filling out that paperwork, you will be able to select that lender. If not, KVCORE is going to just show you all the lenders they have in office or on file. Okay, and you can type somebody's name here and see if they're actually enrolled or not. If anyone's interested in having their own lender as part of their KVCORE, do reach out to me over text, email, give me a quick phone call. There's a little form you have to fill out. It's very easy and very quick, and the KVCORE team will add that onto your CRM for you, okay? But on here, you can do that. You can add your designations. And second most important thing, make sure all of your social media links are on here, because KVCORE has plenty of features that allow you to share listings directly to Facebook or LinkedIn or Pinterest straight from the CRM. So you can add your Facebook profile on here. If you use Twitter, you can add your Twitter account on here, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it. I should probably have my Pinterest on here. I don't have it, looks like. Your license number, also very important. A lot of this should already be pre-filled out for you, but just make sure it's accurate. And if you don't see it, then you got to put this information in there to be compliant. Okay. And if we scroll down a little bit more, there's an About Me section, and this About Me section actually populates on your website. So you can come in here, type a little paragraph about yourself, and once
Hola.
you save all of
Bueno,
these changes,
ya
you can
trabajamos
actually see
juntos
that this pops up
con
on your
todo
website.
esto.
So if I
I just
scroll
wanted
all
to
the
tell
way
you que
down,
finalmente el
there's going to
vendedor
be
me
the
mandó la
About Me
counter offer
section right here.
y
Okay,
ya
it'll
la
show that
aceptó.
on your website.
Okay, bueno. Aceptó, yo no
And down
pensaba,
here,
me
you also have an
tardó
email
bastante, no
signature
pensaba que lo
field.
iba a
If you
aceptar.
have a, one
La
you made
única razón que
yourself,
lo
you can
hice es
copy it and
porque
paste it in
compramos
here.
el
So that
sábado, fuimos
whenever
a
you
ver
send out, an
un
email
comercial.
or
Y
even a text,
y
sometimes
tenemos la
it'll try
oferta,
to
pero no
put
la
this
habíamos mandado,
signature
entonces
right below
dijo,
whatever
bueno,
message it
dijo,
is
bueno,
automatically
eso
for
ahorita
you.
a usted le
And
va
if
a
you switch
ayudar,
this button down
si quiere
here,
ese
it'll
lugar,
make sure
¿verdad?
anything that goes out, any
No va a
outgoing
recibir lo que
emails will
quería,
receive
pero va a
this.
recibir
But if it's
el
off,
lugar,
you would
¿no?
have to remember to add it onto any
Sí, le
email
digo
you
que
send out.
no va a
Okay.
recibir el dinero que quería, pero
And
va
down
a
here, it'll
agarrar
tell
el
you
lugar
what
que quiere,
entity to show
¿verdad?
when
Y
this
ojalá
is
que
for
sí, que no se
text
nos
or
vaya a ir y que
SMS.
sí lo
Okay, so I
acepten.
have it
I don't
show
know
Así
if
que
EXP Realty,
congratulations.
or you can have it show the whole thing, CRMLS, EXP Realty of California. This is a little bit too
Dale la
long,
noticia,
but
por favor,
you have the
Kane,
choice.
can you
You
hear
have to
us?
choose what shows
There's
up on your
something in the
Está aquí en
background.
Yorba
yeah,
Linda.
there's somebody didn't mute
sí?
Any questions so
themselves.
far? I'm not sure if you have a question,
Kane.
April.
Sí, aquí vivo por la Lakeview y la Yorba Linda Boulevard.
Make sure to drop your questions in the chat, or if
Oh, okay.
I cannot hear you guys now.
Okay, sí, por la
Oh, do
Imperial
I
y
have a
Abasto
problem?
cerquita, cerquitas.
Yeah,
pues
Maybe
tenés
that's all.
Letty, we could hear all your conversations.
Lakeview y Orange Store. Ajá.
Okay.
Oh, poco.
My volume was all the way down. Sorry, guys. I don't know how that happened.
But
¿A
Letty
poco?
keeps, she's on the phone. You need to mute her.
Okay. Oops. Sorry,
She's
guys.
been on the phone for a while.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry about that.
it's okay.
Well, great time. Good times. Was there any questions I missed? Hopefully not. Does anyone have any questions about the My Profile section?
We may need to go back a little bit because she was speaking over you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, this is an easy section. I'll start from the top. Okay, to
Mhm.
get to what you guys are seeing right now, you want to log on to KVCORE, tap on your name at the top right, and go to the My Profile section right here. So once you click on that, you'll now see what I'm seeing on this screen. Okay. So to get started, editing all this information, you will want to click on the Edit Profile button in blue. Once you do so, it will now give you the option to change your profile photo, your name, if you don't go by whatever name KVCORE has on there for you. You can change your title. I have realtor/coach in there. You can put your CRMLS login so that KVCORE can pull, MLS data straight into the CRM so that you can share that with leads and clients and whatnot. A lot of this should be automatically filled in for you, including this section. But if you don't see it, just go ahead and populate, all of those empty fields to best, to leverage everything KVCORE has to offer. And I was going over the contact info section and social media. This is pretty straightforward. Make sure your phone numbers, are accurate. Make sure your email is accurate. If you have your own email domain, so I have my own, caramococaine.com. If you have your own email domain, you can put that on here so that any outgoing email will show, your business email. But if you don't have one, it will be the eXp Realty email by default, okay? It doesn't even have to be a custom domain email. It could just be your gmail.com if you have one of those, or Outlook or Hotmail. So if you prefer another email to be shown to clients when you send anything out there, you can put that in here. Same with, your website, the lender section. On the right-hand side with the social media stuff, just put all of the links to all your social media accounts so that KVCORE can share listings and, open house or just listed, just sold. You can share a bunch of different things automatically on KVCORE just by having those links here. Okay, so this will help out tremendously if you want to, get into the whole social media thing and link it to your CRM. Okay. I'm going to scroll down here. I was talking about the About Me section. So whatever you have in here, it will populate on your website. So you can go ahead and add a nice paragraph about, your amazing self, make it fancy and make it sound really nice. And then once you save it, it will pop up on your website like so right here. So people can read all about you. And also the email signature section. If you have your own email signature, I know a lot of you guys have your own fancy signatures and they look really, really nice. You don't want to just have text in here. Maybe you want to just copy that and paste it into here so that it has your photo, your links, buttons on there. So any outgoing emails will automatically inherit this email signature. So whatever is in here. Okay. I should probably update mine too. Yeah, that's what this section is for. Down here, you can switch this on to have it automatically attached to every email you have sent out. Or if you want to manually type it in, you can, switch this off so that you can manually add it on to every email you send out. Okay. Yes, and then down here it says entity to show in text/SMS signature. So every text message you send out, you also want to be in compliance and make sure your DRE number shows, or at least your brokerage name. So KVCORE gives you the option to choose which one you would like to display. I think this is a little too long for every single text I send, so I just keep it at eXp Realty. Okay, this is only if you use the texting features of KVCORE. And then down here, you have more, sections to fill out. None of this stuff will be displayed on your website. This is more so for agents looking up other agents on the eXp website. Okay, so they have a nice little section of the eXp website where you can look up agents in any different cities or even countries. Yes, read up all about them and maybe refer them clients. So this is the My Profile section. So make sure all of this is neatly filled out, has all of the current information, your social media links, numbers, websites, and all of that fun stuff. And once you do, just go ahead and click the Save button. And once it's saved, you'll receive this, this message down here that lets you know you've successfully done so. And then after that, anything else you do on KVCORE, all that information will be pulled from this page here. So it's always good to make sure all the data you have on here is current and up to date. Okay. Any questions on the My Profile section? Anything I did so far? Make sure I hear you guys this time. Awesome. I think we're looking good. All right. We're experts at KVCORE. Let's go. Okay. We just hit the hour mark. So this, again, I apologize. I was not intending on talking about the website. So it was a little, it was an impromptu meeting, if you will. Hopefully KVCORE brings back the design center feature. I was really excited to talk about it. It would help a lot of people with social media and, you know, just having things to post on there. But it looks like they removed the feature right before I got on, you know, to talk to you guys about it. So hopefully by next Tech Tuesday, they can, you know, put that back for whatever reason. I'm not sure why they removed it, but I guess we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna give
Are
it.
you having another class?
Yes, I have these classes every single Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
right.
yes.
Thank
Every
you.
single-
Thank you so much, Ken.
You're welcome. There's a link in the chat. If you go all the way up, you can actually click on that link to sign up to see when these classes are, if there's any live in-person ones at the office, and kind of read up on, you know, what we'll be talking about. So if you're interested in opting into that, you can click on that,
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you.
of course. Any other questions before we call it quits, guys?
I actually have a question. So on my, I'm gonna put the link on here on my
Yes.
website.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to remove the CRMLS EXP Realty. Is that considered a footer? Because I've tried changing stuff and I tried, so I can remove all of that information under my name.
Let me click on the link so you can tell me. Are you talking about this right here? This
No, the one above the,
oh, right
where
here?
it says, yeah. Are we all supposed to have that, or can I
Yeah,
remove that?
you can remove it. You can go in the settings and, you know, tweak things to have it not display. But by default, everyone does have that because you're supposed
Oh,
to
okay.
the DRE numbers. But yeah, if you want to take that off, yeah, I don't want to get lost in
If
the
it's by default, then yeah, that's fine. It's just that I've clicked on links to other agents and they don't have that.
It is possible to remove it, but by default, it is on there for the hero template at least. So maybe they have another template or something. But if you want to get it removed, we can connect afterwards and I'll show you how to take it off. It's somewhere in the settings. I don't want to get lost in the sauce and get too technical.
Right. Yeah. No, I tried removing it right now. I tried to tweak some things and it wasn't doing it. So I'm like, oh, I'm not finding it.
No worries. We'll get that removed for you.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Anybody else has any shares with KVCORE? Any successes? Any questions? Let me go back here. Okay, I think we are looking solid. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me for another hour on this fine Tuesday. I'll put my phone number in the chat in case any of you guys want to reach out to me afterwards. But if that's everything, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will see you tomorrow for Comp Wednesday with Coach Renee.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Kane.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.